Hi guys, my name is Megan and today I have my favorite books and my least favorite books from 2018 for you. Today I thought I'd share some of my favorite books from the year as well as some of my least favorite, and we're going to start off with my least favorite because I'd rather get the books that I didn't like out of the way. And some of these, it's not that I didn't like them, it's just that they weren't up to snuff for me. So these are some of the lowest rated books that I've had all year, and a couple of them I did DNF, and we'll get into that in just a second. So we're going to start with some of my kind of meh reads that ended up in the least favorite pile for this year. So that first one is going to be Zenith. This one got a 3.5 out of 5 stars. I liked the world building in this. There was just some like disconnects between the characters for me, I think, because the characters are really cool, but I felt like there was just something kind of off between the characters interacting with each other as well as the settings. So the next book that I didn't really like all that much was From Twinkle with Love. I think this one got a 3 out of 5 stars. I didn't really like a whole lot of the Twinkle's personality. She was very obsessed with her own, everything had to be about her rather than about, all of these friend groups, and it was all about her making her dreams come true. And there was a lot of teenage angst and house party drama, and it just wasn't something that I was interested in. This one I think is also in one of my last unhaul videos, and I will be doing an unhaul eventually. Just gotta find the time for it. But yeah, this one was definitely one of my least favorite for the year. My next least favorite book is going to be The Final Six. This one I ended up DNFing, I don't even remember, 50 pages in. I liked the characters. I did not like the story though. So it just wasn't something that I felt interested in. And because I DNF'd it, this one I didn't give a star rating to because I feel like I probably would like this one if I tried reading it again sometime. So this one so far is in my least favorite pile just because I didn't finish it and just because I didn't like the story. This one we will give a second chance to eventually. So my next least favorite book is Catching Stars. This one I also did not finish. I just kind of got lost in the story. I didn't feel like I connected very well with it. I liked the characters, I liked the setting, but this overall story did not do anything for me. I feel like if I give this one a second chance, it'll probably go better, but for now, this one also got a 0 out of 5 stars. And then my absolute least favorite book of the year, and this one should be no surprise to any of you who've been following my videos for a while, that would be The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. I hated this book. I hate the characters. I don't like the setting. Nothing about this book was anything that I wanted it to be. Yeah, this one got a 1.5 out of 5 stars. I read through most of it and then I skimmed through part of it, and I could not get into the story. I really did hate this book. And I'm sorry for those of you who guys love this book. It's not for me, but if you love it, that's all the more power to you. Read whatever makes you feel good, but this was just not for me. Okay, so let's get into the books that I really, really enjoyed. We're gonna start with the 4 stars and make our way down to the 5 stars. I couldn't pick a single favorite book overall for the year, so the last 5 books are kind of interchangeable. We're gonna start off with The Upside of Unrequited. This was just a lovely book and it kind of melted my heart, and I loved this book to pieces. It was so relatable to me that I just melted into this book. This one got a 4 out of 5 stars from me, and it's just really awesome. I do have a book review for this one, so I will link it up above. So please watch it if you are really looking for a contemporary book that will just melt your heart. This one is it for you. So my next favorite book was Heart of Iron. This book I really, really loved. The characters are awesome. They're well-rounded. The science fiction aspects of this book was just amazing and really well thought out. And I like that it switched between perspectives for different characters, and I feel like this is what Zenith was trying to be, but this one was just so fun, and it's set in outer space. This is one of the best science fiction books I've read in a while. This one got a 4.5 out of 5 stars. The next book on this list is Tempest and Slaughter. This was one of my absolute favorite books of the year. It was one of the ones that I've been anticipating for a very, very long time. This follows some characters from one of my favorite book series, which is The Immortals by Tamora Pierce. This is set in the Tortallin saga kind of books. Basically, it's a prequel with different characters, and it's showing how these characters grew up, and I really, really loved it. I loved the magical school setting. I loved that there was so much friendship in this book, and you get to learn so much more about the history and cultures that kind of make up the Tortallin saga, and it's just simply amazing. This book got a 4.5 out of 5 stars, and it's definitely one of the books that I'm just over the moon in love with. Even though it only got a 4.5 out of 5 stars, doesn't mean it's any less than, you know, like my favorite 5-star reads. My next favorite book is The Red Pyramid. This is the first book in the Kane Chronicles. I love these characters. Sadie and Carter Kane are just awesome, and I really don't understand why people don't love the Kanes as much as they love Percy Jackson and all of his gang of friends and all the other books that are set in the Percy Jackson universe. These kids are just awesome. I love that the Egyptian culture is mixed in here. I love that there's magic, and I love that the Egyptian gods are in here. The Egyptian gods are more mixed into this story than I feel like in the Percy Jackson universe. These gods can like manipulate things, and they can talk to the characters more often. They can teach them. They can be there for them. But yeah, this one got a 4.5 out of 5 stars as well. So the next one that I really fell in love with this year is issue number 8 of the Red Robin comics. This was by far my favorite comic that I read in this series so far. This one shows off Tim Drake's personality, his perseverance, his sassy, sarcastic side. It shows off how badass he can be. He took down an entire criminal organization in like 10 minutes in this one, and this is by far my favorite comic so far of the Red Robin series. This one got a full 5 out of 5 stars. My next favorite book was Dark Queen. This is book number 12 in the Jane Yellow Rock series. This one had a lot of really like unexpected twists and turns, and there's one like death that I was not prepared for this book, and it almost had me in tears. And I think this is the one that I was reading when I was vlogging. I think we did a day trip vlog to the beach. But yeah, this one I was reading in the car, and my sister looked over at me like, oh damn, because she had read what was gonna happen before I got to that part. Oh, because she was reading over my shoulders like, oh, it almost had me in tears. I was not prepared for that death, and this book, that's probably the reason why this one got a full 5 out of 5 stars. It got me because I wasn't expecting it, and I loved it, and it kind of tore my heart out. So this one got a full 5 out of 5 stars. So these next 5 books are pretty interchangeable for, you know, number 1 favorite book of the year. These are ones that I really fell in love with. Next up is going to be Foolish Heart. I've talked about this a lot in a lot of different videos. This is one of the contemporary books that I just fell in love with it, and it was so cute, so heartwarming, so just, I don't even know how to describe it. It's just so heartwarming, and it's just a really good story all around. There's a great friendship in it. There's a great atmosphere for this book. This book right here put Emma Mills on my automatic buy list. I fell in love with it, and this kind of made me fall in love with the contemporary genre, or, you know, trying to want to read more contemporary books. So yeah, this one got a 5 out of 5 stars. So this next book kind of came as a shock that I would love it, especially since this one was one of the last books that I've read for 2018, and I absolutely fell in love with it, and that is The Summer of Salt. This is kind of a sort of semi-magical realism, urban fantasy kind of crossover. I want to say this book is kind of a lighthearted version of The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, and it's mixed with like all of these really cool magical realism type things, as well as like real bits of magic. Such an incredible book. This is one that I would highly recommend. This one got a full 5 out of 5 stars, and I'm working on getting a book review for this one done at some point. The next book on this list is going to be Lady Night. This was a reread for me. This is one of my absolute favorite books of all time, and there's no way this couldn't have made it onto this list just because I love it that much. And if you want to see me gush about this book even more, I will link my review for it up above. I have a full review for this entire series, as well as a bunch of my other Tortallin books. But this book particularly I love to pieces just because there's so much magic and world building and just going on adventures and doing what needs doing, and it's just incredible. This one got a full 5 out of 5 stars. Next on this list is going to be A Conjuring of Light. This is the final book in the Shades of Magic trilogy. I loved how dark this book got. It really went like a lot of different places, emotionally, as well as, you know, taking you all over this realm and to different realms, and you got to really see just how pervasive the magic system is in this, as well as, you know, just how big this universe can be. And I'm really excited that V.E. Schwab decided to expand on this universe with both the comic book series that's coming out sometime soon and the new book series that's going to be in like an expansion with different characters, but also some glimpses of our favorites. This book was a pretty hefty book, and I loved it to pieces. This one got a full 5 out of 5 stars. And then the last book on this list, and like I said, all of the last 5 books in this are all interchangeable for first place. This one is Carry On by Rainbow Rowell. This book I really fell in love with. I loved that it was kind of a sarcastic knockoff of Harry Potter, but it also has its own unique magic magic system as well as its own unique characters that are just amazing, and truly this book was just awesome. Also, I really loved this particular cover for this. It's just really cool, and I think I do have a review for this book, so I will find it and link it above. But yeah, this was definitely one of my absolute favorite books for this year. It's just so incredible, and I just really loved it. So those were a bunch of my favorite and my least favorite books from this year. I hope you guys enjoyed this. What are some of your guys' favorite books that you read this year, and what were some of your least favorite? Let me know down below. If you guys liked this video, don't forget to hit the like button. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. You can also hit the notification button, and if you'd like to follow me on social media, check out the links down below. Oh, I will not be posting a video on Christmas Day, as that is my normal day for uploading a video, but it's Christmas. Y'all enjoy time with your family. Have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and I will see you all at the end of next week. Alrighty, bye guys!